Die My Love review, guys. Get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and let's get right to it. It's award season, guys. It is finally here. Award season is here, and we got a lot of movies pumping out for you guys. A lot of reviews coming out, so stay tuned, all right? Be sure to hit that bell notification. All right, but let's get right to it. Angela, what are we talking about today? What's today's film?
We are reviewing Die My Love. So Grace, a writer and young mother, is slowly slipping into madness. Locked away in an old house in and around Montana, we see her acting increasingly agitated and erratic, leaving her companion Jackson increasingly worried and helpless. So Ryan, kick us off. The two main leads, I think, is what drove us.
Yeah, of course. Robert Pattinson, Jennifer Lawrence, you know.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts going into this? I don't know if we had seen like a trailer. Maybe you did.
No, so yeah.
But what were your expectations and did this meet up to it?
Yeah, you know, I'm going to say this right now. So my expectations were I wanted it to be a solid movie because you have two great lead actors and actresses that are just amazing, and they're amazing at what they do. We've seen obviously Jennifer Lawrence from The Hunger Games. We've seen her do a lot of different other films. Same thing with Robert Pattinson, you know, from Twilight Boy. Now he's Batman. So it's just definitely different, right? Different acting chops, different acting skills, if you will, development, you know, between the two. And so to have such a stellar cast and everything between them two, to really have them on camera for most of the time, especially being a psychological, I was pleasantly going in with kind of medium expectations here. And here's the thing. Here's my thoughts of the movie. It's a very psychological film, but I feel like it tries to be more psychological than it needs to be at times. I'll say that. There's definitely moments to where it could be blended a little bit more simpler and not as grand scale, if you will, when it comes to artistic. And I love artistic films. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love artistic films. It's just the fact that the way it was blended together and everything, and at the same time, though, Jennifer Lawrence, I do want to say, let's talk about performances here. Jennifer Lawrence's performance in here is really good. Oh my God. I love it when she's on camera. She really captivates you. But at the same time, though, it's not like a downer movie, but it's a very intense psychological thriller between her and her baby and separation, anxiety issues, and knowing that she's cooped up in a house postpartum. Even though she's cooped up in a house, it's so real. I do want to say it's so real. It's so and it just gets so what do you call it? It's just crazy. It gets intense, and Robert Pattinson's just there, kind of just like taking it all in and taking on her.
Yeah, I think he's just more like he doesn't know what to do to help.
Yeah, and and his character really doesn't do as much as I would want it. I mean, it's definitely has that realism here, and it definitely has that destabilization, because they're very unstable. Both of them are, and they very much so are. And I feel like that the movie doesn't know where to go in the third act. It kind of just goes, hey, let's go here. It just doesn't feel as well directed in the second to third act. And at the same time, I wish it would have been a lot better film. But anyways, what did you think, Angela?
I agree. I had a little bit more higher hopes just because of the two main leads. I know Robert Pattinson, he's done great things. Yeah. I know Jennifer Lawrence, also an amazing actress. Yeah. I was intrigued by the premise, but I think you kind of hit it on the nail with that one, where they were trying to be too artsy at certain points. There's a lot of like symbolism and hidden meaning. A lot of that went over my head, so I didn't enjoy this film as much as I wanted to.
I would even say,
unfortunately,
plot confusing too.
It was very confusing at times. I know it leaned really into the psychological thriller, which I really enjoy normally most of the time, because it makes you as an audience member question if it's reality or not.
Exactly.
But for this one, it just left me confused. I just didn't know exactly what was going on, and I felt like it never. Like you're descending as an audience member into madness with the main character. And I know that's the point, but I just didn't like it as much as I thought I would, unfortunately. Yeah. Even the performances from Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson weren't enough to save this for me, unfortunately. Yeah. I had a little bit higher hopes for this one. It is very strange. The plot, the way its story is written, And we'll preface this by saying I know
we haven't read the novel.
Yeah, we have not read the novel. It's just strictly on the movie, so I can't compare that. I think it was just the way it was written. It was just a little bit too strange for me, too out of place.
There's definitely frequent plot edit points where it was very confusing because it kept clipping to where it was, like you already said, not reality. Or is it reality, or is it a mental breakdown? It's what's going on.
In her head,
it's very confusing, especially the blurs and the mental breakdown where she's like going to these weird, crazy scenes. And I love those.
It's almost like she's in a trance.
Yeah, and I love those. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love it when people do that stuff, artistic stuff. But I just felt like it was not like, it just did not exceed my expectations. So I just wanted it to really, really grasp on you and emotionally, and I just felt like it did not. I felt like it lost the emotion because of the fact that it was trying to decide what's real, what's not. But anyways, all right, Angela, let's go to ratings real quick. Rating 1 out of 10. Tell me the highs when you give a rating.
I don't mean to be harsh, but I would give it a solid 3 out of 10.
Okay.
I only gave it that because, again, I really do enjoy Robert Pattinson and Jennifer Lawrence normally.
Yeah.
I think they did their best. It was a very interesting concept. I just don't think it was executed quite right. So, unfortunately for me, it was just so confusing. I couldn't follow along as much. A lot of that symbolism meaning was kind of over my head. Yeah. Got lost on me. So, I would say just a solid 3 out of 10, unfortunately.
Right. Sounds good. All right. I'm going to have to give this a solid 4.5 out of 10. Go almost an average rating, but I just did not really enjoy it as much as I would have loved to. But at the same time, though, I'm not gonna lie, I liked the press junket that they were doing when they were talking their interviews. I think one time they asked them both. They said, "What's a one director that they would never say no to?" And Robert looks at Jennifer, and Jennifer is all like, "Well, you already worked with him." And remember, always that clip I say, "You already worked with him." I haven't got asked yet, but Christopher Nolan, of course. Like I would never. And Robert Pattinson's like, "Yeah, I already worked." Like you can tell Jennifer Lawrence is so jealous because it's really cool to see that if you're in the business and everything, and knowing that your reputation upholds, and knowing that the respect you really come down to it. And I love how they respect each other. I love how they were just intimate, and they were just able to, we hear a lot of stories where intimate coordinators and all that stuff. And
there's nothing wrong with an intimacy coordinator.
No, yeah. But I just love how they were just in tune with each other. And they even talked about the intimate scenes that they were just spot on. Like they knew where to be at, and they really care about each other. And it was nothing but love towards one another as friends, of course, love as friends. And it was really cool to see that. So I really did love that. I was like, damn, that's so cool. So again, I was really intrigued, really happy when I saw interviews coming out that like they loved it. They really enjoyed their time on set. But again, though, their time on set could be very different than the movie we saw.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of passion went into that.
Yeah.
Making this, from the writing, the script, and making it happen, all the stuff in between. But I unfortunately maybe I just wasn't the right audience.
No. And here's the thing too: I feel like it's extremely heavy because there's no light, bittersweet at all throughout the movie. Well,
because Robert Pattinson's not a stranger to a lot of heavy symbolism like this. He was in the Lighthouse movie with
that was a great film,
and I unfortunately did not like that. Okay. A lot of that was lost on me. So I think same thing. If it's a little bit too heavy, too intense for me, I don't enjoy it as much.
It's really good. It's a really good film. It's really good made, but intentionally it makes you feel uncomfortable. It really does, and it's a very uncomfortable film, and it's a very how do you say? It's very heavy. It's very bleak. It's intense, and emotionally, it's emotionally punishing, I guess, if you really go through postpartum. So
and I think it's a topic, a conversation that definitely needs to be happening. Yeah. It's like I said, very interesting concept. Yeah. I just, unfortunately for me, it just didn't execute properly. So.
Yep. All right, guys. So thank you so much for making this a part of your day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan 680.
I'm Angela, that Kelly Ange.
This is the Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. See you at the movies. And do not forget, like, share, subscribe, and get ready, guys. We got more reviews coming out to you. And have a good one. See you at the movies. Latest.